Hello and welcome to The Kaiju is in the Details, a chronological examination of the Kaiju film. I'm Ian.
I'm Haru.
This time we saw 1957's The Black Scorpion, which is not a Harryhausen film. My mistake. I just lied to you last time. It was O'Brien. Haru, what'd you think of this film?
It was okay.
Yeah, aggressively okay, I'd say. Like, there's things that are really bad and there's things that are really good, and so it sits aggressively in the middle.
Yeah.
I guess first up, we should mention that most of the cast here is from The Beast of Hollow Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like most of the same cast. It's kind of a similar setup, right? It's a white guy goes to Mexico with his Mexican friend. They meet a pretty lady who's played by a white woman but is pretending to be Mexican. And then they meet a bunch of actual Mexican people who are in trouble because of a monster from the prehistoric age that comes out of a mountain.
Yeah,
It's the Beast of Hollow Mountain, but boring because it's a giant insect movie too.
If I had a nickel for every Beast of Hollow Mountain-esque movie, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
This movie is like halfway between The Beast of Hollow Mountain and Them, which is why it's aggressively okay instead of either amazing like The Beast of Hollow Mountain or bad like Them.
Mm-hmm.
It even has stop motion animation. They both. Wow! It really is just The Beast of Hollow Mountain, but bad. That's crazy. So this is from Warner Brothers, so it has a little bit more of a budget than some of the other movies we've seen. Not a great amount of budget because obviously some of these effects are not great, and we know that Willis O'Brien can do great effects because he did King Kong.
Yeah, if anything, I think probably over like a significant amount of the budget just went to designing the scorpion because oh my god, it's got a face.
They did put a face on that thing. I will say the face is probably the worst part of the effect, but they did put a face on that thing. So they're doing the Godzilla thing where they have a really good effect for the faraway shots, and then they have like a close-up shot with a giant head that they use for dramatic effect. And the thing they made for the close-up shots looks like ass. It's impressive. I will say that it's very large and impressive. But it's got human eyes and it's got teeth instead of mandibles. And it's very static. It could just move forward and back, except for its eyes, which like pulse and blink.
So
also it has a tongue.
Yeah, my take on the face is like, while it's not accurate to what a real scorpion is like, it replicates the creepy parts of, because for me, I have a fear of bugs, especially like arachnids, and like when my fear level especially goes up when I'm getting a close eye look at them, like see what they look like up close. And the face does replicate some of the things that I find creepy about most arachnids, like the weird mouth and the weird creepy hairs and the mandibles and everything.
Make sure to call them arachnids and not insects, or else the comments will go after us again.
Yeah. So, yeah, like it gets all of that stuff right because it does kind of freak me out. But at the same time,
the tongue,
the tongue and also the eyes. Like the eyes kind of
eyes are
It,
so funny. They like
it
pulsate
almost
and
makes
blink.
it cute. Like like it's just got little beady bug eyes, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Honestly,
yeah, it's a weird mix.
my least favorite part of the scorpion is the fact that the scorpion close up, I should say, is that it's just so stiff.
Yeah.
I mean, like the stop motion animation is really fluid and gorgeous, and then you get to the close up, and it's a fucking it's a fucking effigy of a scorpion being rolled at you. It doesn't quite work, I feel like. Um, but the stop motion is wonderful. I mean, like it's very fluid. It's so wonderful, in fact, that they use it a lot and
Yeah, I do
reuse
like
it
the
a
stop
lot.
motion. I think like the most awkward scene with the stop motion was when the scorpion was grabbing the guy off the telephone pole.
Yeah. I
But
think the
like
most
everything
awkward
else worked really well.
my most awkward moment with the stop motion is when the giant scorpion, like or the bigger scorpion, starts killing the little scorpions, and they reuse that
Hmm.
same stock footage from the cave, and you can see the cave in the background. So like every time it kills a scorpion, they teleport back to the cave. I was like, come on. Surely you could have done one more of that without the fucking cave in the background. But no, apparently not.
Yeah.
Also, they reuse the same scene of the guy getting grabbed in the train like 3 times in a row. It's just the train scene has so much stock footage of its own movie, and it's just like, oh, that's rough. Oh, that's rough. Ugh.
That said, though, speaking of the train, I enjoyed the stop
Fuck, the
motion of the
train scene is
train.
so good though. Excluding the reuse of footage, the train scene is fantastic.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of scenes that are like this, like the scene where the Mexican buddy, who is also from the Beast of Hollow Mountain, is being pulled up by the cable that was holding their elevator.
Hmm.
That's so fucking tense. Because he's not white. He could die.
Yeah. And,
They
like,
could have killed him.
yeah, that whole scene, I was just like actually kind of rooting for him the whole time. Like, come on, you can do
And
this just a
he has
little
to
bit
hold onto
further.
this steel cable while it carries him up, like, so for so long. It's such a long scene.
They did a good job building up the tension in that
You could
scene.
see his
Be-
hand starting to
like
bleed. Like,
Yeah, like he starts to slip a little bit at a few points, and he has to readjust himself, and he's like clinging for dear life, and like like if he falls, he's gone, he's dead, and
and they've got him in this bulky.
probably everyone else is also dead.
That's true. Yeah, they've got him in this bulky cave diving suit, and that lets them do some stop motion animation with him, so you can get these far out shots of him holding onto this thin little cable, and it's great. It's really good. And then you get to like the romance scenes, and you're like, oh man, this is the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even that they're like misogynist. I mean, they're a little bit misogynist, but not any more so than the other films we've seen here. It's just like, it's just nothing. It's just they're giving us
Hmm.
nothing.
Yeah, the
Spontaneous
romance
romance.
just kind of feels shoehorned in. Like, we have a female character, we have to romance her with someone.
Yep, yep. So we don't even get like the romance in the Beast of Hollow Mountain is like really charming, right? They build it over
Hmm.
time. It happens faster maybe than I would like, but it's a movie. Things have to happen a little faster, to fit the runtime. Uh, but this one is just like, bam, it's on,
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the very first scene where woman and Hank, our main white lead, meet, he's got his hands all over her.
Yeah.
Just like, God, let her go. Jesus. Or like
Yeah.
another thing that'll happen is you'll be watching a scene, and then this like corny announcer guy will come in, and he'll be like, "The scorpions are doing evil things in the deep." It sounds like an Ed Wood movie, dude. It's what the fuck is going on? It literally sounds like the fucking psychic from Plan 9 from Outer Space. Like at the beginning of the movie, the Great Carlo or whatever the hell he's called.
You know, with those announcer scenes, it kind of really made me think of The Legend of Korra, which is kind of, I wouldn't say parody, but like it is heavily influenced by movies like this where they
Mm-hmm.
just randomly have a dude in the background narrating what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's my association with that is The Legend of Korra.
And it's crazy, right? Because this same announcer voice shows up as 3 separate characters. There's one that's like
Mm-hmm.
this narration at the beginning, so it's like just a disembodied narrator. It shows up as a police guy on the radio later, and then it shows up as like
Mm-hmm.
a radio announcer later. It's the same voice though. It's just over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, and the opening narration was, you know, I
Nothing.
yeah,
Except
like
for the
we
moment where it
we
said the evil volcano was doing evil things. That was awesome. I love
yeah.
to ascribe morality to a volcano.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very weird.
Like, you know, we could call the like we could call the Great Kanto earthquake evil too, right? Like or what about what about Hurricane Florence or
What an evil hurricane. Well, see, that one was actually made by the Democrats. So that one was actually
uh-huh.
an evil hurricane.
Uh-huh. It was specifically designed to abort fetuses.
Exactly. Yeah. You got it. It was a DEI hurricane. It was woke.
That's why they call it a hurricane.
Oh, God. Oh. It's a strange little movie we have here.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes it kind of more interesting in some ways than if it was just a bad movie. It just has some like really weird aspects to it.
Yeah, like
Scorpions make a lot of noise.
yeah. And like the dialogue in the movie is it kind of fits in a little bit of like on the threshold of I'm not sure if the dialogue is bad or good, but it's good in some places, like actually.
Yeah, there was
And
okay.
like
So as an example of this, Mr. Whitey Whiterson, when he's talking to the girl, he's talking about his profession and how it's cool, and he says, "You meet such interesting volcanoes."
yeah.
It's like, is that a good line or a bad line? I can't tell. Or here's another one where he's same guy talking to the same girl. Nice dress, nice girl. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck are we talking about, dude? It's like the Room dialogue up in here. Nice
Yeah.
dress, nice girl.
Yeah, like
Love is blind.
a
Oh,
lot
hi,
of the
Mark.
dialogue feels very just forced. Just like there's no reason for them to be saying stuff like this other than that's what was on the script.
Yeah. especially, and I hate to say this, when it comes to the white guy. He's trying to be the suave cheeseball, you know, leading man, but he just can't do it right. He's not good at
Mm-hmm.
it. Of course, he is Richard Denning, also known for Creature from the Black Lagoon. Ooh, that's one people know.
Uh-huh.
He was on the radio with Lucille Ball in My Favorite Husband, a forerunner of I Love Lucy. He's more well known as Governor Paul Jameson in the police procedural Hawaii Five-0. But he was also in other crap, like I was saying, you know, the Creature of the Black Lagoon, $1 million legs, $1 million legs, $1 million legs, $1 million legs. Are you sure about that one? The Creature with the Atom Brain. That's one. That's one that you have. Anyways, let's talk about the cool actors. We've got Mara Corday. She's back. Last time we saw her was in Tarantula. Actually, no, last time we saw her was actually in The Giant Claw, but she was also in Tarantula. So she's back in. It's funny because it's like when you say she's back, you expect it to be a Beast from Hollow Mountain reference, right? But no, we also have a fucking Giant Claw Tarantula alumni. She's the one that was a Playboy playmate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have Carlos Rivas as the friend Dr. Arturo Ramos. He's our Mexican friend for the movie. Also, of course, played the Mexican friend in Beast from Hollow Mountain. I like this guy. He's cool. And we got Mario Navarro as Juanito, who you might remember as Panchito from The Beast of Hollow Mountain. He's the little kid. He's back.
Yeah.
He's just as precocious as ever.
Yeah.
Perhaps even more precocious, even.
Yeah, he's a fun character yet again, and
he's very polite too. He very politely opened up the trapdoor for the trapdoor spider when it was trying to eat him.
Yeah. Yeah, also this kid loves to get into trouble and
loves it more than anything else in the world.
And the adults are very half-assed about caring about it. Like he stows away on their expedition out to the cave, and then they find him, and he's like, Juanito, what are you doing here? And he's like, uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs.
And then they're like, oh, well, I guess you're here now.
Like they really do that a lot. Oh, well, I guess you're here.
Yeah, because, like...
I guess what else are they going to do?
Yeah, like, think of any other piece of media where you have someone stowing away and they get caught. And, like, usually it's a much bigger deal. Like, at the very least, they'd, like, drag him by the ear and be like, no, bad Juanito, not, you shouldn't be here. But no, they're just like, well, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
And they kind of have the same attitude about it when he ends up going down, like following them down in the cave.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing down here, Juanito? He's like, I'm here to help you. They're like,
here?
Okay.
He's like, sure, why not? He almost got eaten by a spider, but I will say Hank was a bit more angry with him at that point, but he didn't have time to be angry. We also have Pascual Garcia Pena as Dr. De La Cruz, who you'll remember as Pancho, Panchito's father, the drunk man, which is why that doctor that's in the village looked a little kooky, you know? Because he also was the guy who played the drunk Mexican man, Pancho. Let's see here. Oh my god. Here's a Mexican actor who wasn't in The Beast of Hollow Mountain. Arturo Martinez is Major Cosio. And were you in The Beast of Hollow Mountain? I'm just like going through, were you in The Beast of Hollow Mountain? Were you in The Beast of Hollow Mountain? How many of these people were in The Beast of Hollow Mountain? I don't even know what the connection is, honestly. I don't know why so many of these people, I guess just like they're known Mexican actors who can act in English, maybe.
This was Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Was Beast of Hollow Mountain also Warner Brothers?
I don't recall.
Because that might be partly it, or either that, or yeah, they could just be like fairly well known and accessible, like Mexican actors.
No, yeah, Beast of Hollow Mountain was United Artists. So
Okay, so
you
yeah, maybe it.
you also might know Carlos Rivas from The King and I. He was in The King and I. I
Oh,
just found that out. He was Lun Ta. I think that's how you pronounce that. My pronunciation couldn't be any worse than whatever's in that movie. I'm sure. King and I is kind of movie. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
They got a Mexican guy playing a Thai guy, so not off to a great start. But I think our greatest stars here are the Scorpions themselves, of course. Created by the Willis O'Brien of King Kong fame. It's interesting to see Willis O'Brien's work without the stellar cinematography of King Kong. I think because like King Kong is stunning cinematography, framing, like just every aspect of the cinematography of the film is like perfect. And it's got like wonderful screening effects because of that. And then here we have the same kinds of screening effects, but with worse cinematography, so the framing isn't as exciting. But you still get some stuff, like the part where Juanito opens up the trapdoor. Like the Juanito being able to interact with the trapdoor spider is actually a really good effect.
Yeah, that was a really neat one where like I could tell that Juanito was like being projected onto a screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just kind of neat how they had him like bend down to lift up the trapdoor from behind the trapdoor.
Yeah. And part of the reason why you can tell is that it seems that the footage from behind the screen, as in the footage that is actually recorded live instead of the stop motion animation, has degraded somewhat more than the rest of the footage. So it ends up looking significantly worse. It must have been something with the process of creating the screening or something, just like created a bad like filter over it, or either that or it just just degraded in some way. It does not. Most of the footage in the screen does not look very good. Like just low quality. Not that it's like filmed badly or something. It's all, as we said at the top, like everything is okay. Like generally speaking, like the cinematography is fine. It's serviceable. It works. It's functional, but it's not artistic. Yeah. It's artistic because it is art, but it's not like, you know what I mean. It's not painterly, I guess we would call it, perhaps. That trapdoor spider, by the way, thought to be from an unused scene in King Kong.
Oh.
So there's a famous lost scene from King Kong called the spider pit sequence, and it's something that shows up in the more recent King Kong, not any of the Kong like MonsterVerse movies, but the one from was it 2002, I believe, by Peter Jackson. And in that one they do like this whole like huge spider pit sequence where there's just like so many bugs, so many giant bugs. So, I think even that spider pit sequence was only in like the director's cut or like the DVD cut or something, because it was too violent or scary. But that scene was actually in the original King Kong until it was cut. But the trap pit spider trapdoor spider, I should say, from this movie fits the description for the trapdoor spider from that sequence. So it's thought that it was a reuse of that prop, and same with
Okay.
that tentacle worm, that weird tentacle worm thing. At one point, you can actually see. This is weird because like it's stop motion, but there's like something like a string. It can't be a string. It's probably like it's like a pin, I guess, of some kind that it helps them like keep it in place as they move it. But it looks like it's a string where it's being dragged along the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could very clearly see that they didn't do a good enough job hiding it. But yeah, very very interesting stuff. And then of course the scorpions were made for the film, which is why they had to reuse so much footage of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been a while since we watched them, but apparently the sounds that the giant scorpions make are reminiscent of the sounds that the ants make in them.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded kind of familiar.
So there you go.
But
That's
then
why.
again, there just seems to be a kind of generic sound profile for any kind of giant bug or insect or arachnid, but
where they're like, make it sound scary. We don't know what insects sound like because they don't have a sound.
yeah. Actually, speaking of it,
the fucking trapdoor spider giggles. That was not good. I did not like that.
speaking of sounds that the bugs make, the little tiny scorpion that they show during the movie also makes its own sounds. It sounds like a little tiny mouse. It
It
just
fucking
squeaks.
sounds like Joey the lemur from the fucking King Dinosaur. Don't worry, folks. Joey's not back. We banned him from the show after his last coke-filled outrage session. That's just me imitating Joey the lemur. It's very strange. I don't know why they got to make the bugs make noises.
I think it's similar to the reason why Star Wars or other space media likes to have sounds for the space battles, because otherwise there just kind of be this awkward silence.
It's
or realistic or not, it's not very cinematic.
It's not realistic. It's verisimilitudinous.
That's a big word.
A realistic a simulation of realism. It is not real, but it is more than real. It is a simulacrum that makes it feel real instead of actually making it real. If the insects didn't make noise, it would be weird and awkward.
Yeah.
So the insects make noise to make it feel real. I always love to bring out the verisimilitudinous. It's a really fun word. And has a really great usage case, especially when you're talking about movies, because it's a big part of movies.
Yeah.
Apparently most of the hands-on animation was actually done by Pete Peterson, who also worked on Mighty Joe Young. And also the Giant Behemoth, which I need to make sure is on our list. I don't know if it actually is or not. We gotta watch that one because it's Giant Behemoth. Surely there's a giant behemoth in it. I don't remember it though, so I don't know if it's on our list or not. And that small scorpion that you're talking about, I got stuff to say about that. That small scorpion was found trapped in obsidian.
Yeah.
Like amber. Like it's supposed to be like amber. But Haru, can you tell me, is there a difference between amber and obsidian?
So
pop quiz here.
Amber is
the color of our energy.
Yeah, it's also like solidified and hardened molasses, I think.
sap, that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
like tree sap. Um, and obsidian is cooled and hardened lava.
Mm-hmm. Now, Haru, is there a difference between sap and lava?
Sap is gonna be relatively harmless, and lava is gonna pretty much kill anything it touches.
Yeah, the difference between them is that sap is like a normal temperature, and lava will melt your face off.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a scorpion left. It would be Ash.
Hmm.
It would be Ash Ketchum, age 14. Uh, it would be dead as a doornail. It wouldn't exist in an extant state. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about, dog? It's so strange. And then they just bust open that obsidian, which has a like suspiciously large cavity in it, and the scorpion is just in there, and it starts going. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like I can stretch to like be like, okay, there's ancient scorpions and spiders and worms that live underground. Sure, and they've like stayed there for forever somehow. Whatever. Sure, I can't do it for this scorpion was trapped in obsidian. It survived and it's alive now. What did it eat? What did it eat? It's not like it's ice where it slows its metabolism. You can't get a fucking mosquito out of the amber and it flies away when you break it out. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Also, while we're on this scene, right before the scene, our rich. So the reason why this lady is the way the lady in this movie is the way she is because she's rich. She like is the daughter of the Don. Once again, actually, now that I think about it, that's the same thing that happens in the Beast of Hollow Mountain is that she's the daughter of the Don. But in this case, the Don is dead already. Maybe it's the. What if it's in the same continuity? That guy from the other one changed his name and got a doctorate in geology, and he came back to Mexico, and the cowboy is. Oh wait, it's the from Cowboy Times. Maybe they're descended from them. That's what it is. They're descended from them. Okay. Anyways, she asked them if they want a brandy, but like at the same time that she asked that, it's like holding on a shot of their German Shepherd, and I could have sworn she was asking the dog if it wanted brandy.
Yeah.
Aimless random shots, just like unmotivated shot of a dog. I don't know. It just like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a, like, I feel like whoever is in charge of pointing the camera is, like, they're doing so intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
So why is the shot of the dog so important?
Yeah, and why was it edited in with the dialogue about the brandy? Why? Why is the dog important at all? It doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It runs off and makes Juanito go over to the cattle. But like he could have just gone over to check the cattle because they were mooing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're scared about the fucking scorpion. But they gotta do the thing where the dog is worried about the scorpion coming. And it goes... And then Juanito goes, "Stop it! You're a bad dog!" And that's like, he just keeps doing that over and over again. What is wrong with you, dog? Speaking of random things in this movie that shouldn't have existed, remember how the movie opened with Hank shooting, pointing a revolver at a baby?
Yeah.
It didn't open with that, but like pretty early on in the movie, they find a baby abandoned because all the adults were eaten by scorpions, and Hank's just like pointing his revolver at it, like, there's the thing that was spooking us, and it was because he heard the rattle. He's like, well, that's like most dangerous kind of rattlesnake. I think that's what he said. Or was it the other way around, where it was like, that rattlesnake won't bite you? Something, he did a stupid one-liner while pointing a revolver at a baby.
Yeah.
Gesturing at it. Like it was so much that I just went bang. Like it was literally perfect for riffing. It's just crazy. And obviously this movie has been riffed by Mystery Science Theater. I haven't seen that episode in forever. I've maybe only seen it once or twice because it's season 1. Season 1's kind of rough around the edges. It's still fine, but it's a little rough around the edges.
By the way, speaking of scenes that involve children and guns,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
When they're in the cave, and it's just the two of them because the one guy got up on the cable,
as we discussed earlier.
And the scorpion notices them and starts approaching them, and the guy starts shooting the scorpion with the rifle, and it doesn't do much of anything. And so I think it runs out of ammo or something.
Yeah, he's gotta get the ammo out of his backpack or something.
Yeah, and he just hands the gun to the kid, like, here, hold this.
The rifle is taller than this kid is, by the way. It like bonks him on the head. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Back to the effects a little bit. There's one effect that actually is kind of bad. And it's the screening effect where the scorpion is chasing the people in Mexico City. Because for some reason they had to like make this one more. I don't know why they had to do this, but the scorpion is like in a silhouette, and half the time it's overlaid over the crowd. It looks like it's floating off the ground. And then like there's like one scene where the crowd runs around a corner and the scorpion runs around the corner, but the scorpion like catches up to them and like moves past them. Did you notice that? Like that was really weird.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was not moving fast enough for the scorpion, with how fast the scorpion was moving. And there was also one part where there was like a weird shiny rip in the footage or something. It was really strange. I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah.
But like otherwise, the effects hold up pretty well. It's just like there's seams. You can see seams essentially. Where you can see like where they're running up against the end of the budget.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused about the scorpions. Maybe it's because they didn't do one of those big explainer things in the middle of the movie like they do with all the other giant insect movies to make you understand how scary the monster is. Because scorpions are already plenty scary, right? You don't need to make them scarier. But like, why does the big scorpion kill all the little scorpions, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know much about scorpions and how they work, but my guess is scorpions are territorial and maybe cannibalistic.
I looked it up. They are territorial. They're solo creatures. I don't know if they're cannibalistic though. They do like they are territorial though, but not these ones.
Huh.
Because like these aren't real scorpions, right? These are prehistoric fake scorpions made up for the movie, right? And they live underground in a community together.
That's a very good point.
Like, I don't know why suddenly going above ground makes it so the big scorpion has to be like, I'm going to kill each and every one of you now. Because you're stealing my people that I want to eat, I guess.
Yeah, that is a really good point.
it's strange. It's not a huge mark against the movie, but it's just a strange. Like they just didn't think about it, right? It's that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about it, and so now you have to hear about it. My one like way of explaining this is that maybe the scorpions were being starved since they couldn't get back to their home and get all the giant insects to eat. That's like my one thing, I guess. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, wouldn't the giant scorpion have eaten the corpses of the little scorpions it ate or it killed? Makes you think. They don't seem to do a lot of eating, actually. Like a lot of people disappear out of the trace early on in the movie, and they obviously eat a bunch of people like throughout the movie, but like they leave a lot of bodies around too. And they like play with their food too. They that one guy they picked up 3 times in the same footage over and over again. I don't know. It's fine. Like it's not a huge deal. It's just like a little strange.
Yeah.
What was a big problem for me is the way the way that they kill the scorpions is with a harpoon that has electricity running through it. And okay, a couple of things here. So the rate you might be thinking, how do they kill with a harpoon when they have guns and the guns don't work? Well, it turns out scorpions have a baby soft spot underneath their chin. And the way they figured this out is that the big scorpion is killing the other scorpions. Even in underground, it does do a little bit of that. It does do a little bit of killing the other scorpions to steal their food for some reason. Again, all these scorpions live in a community together. They seem to be a pack animal in some shape or form. But this big scorpion doesn't do that, I guess. I don't know. And it's the alpha. Ooh. Because they're in captivity, kind of. Which is the only place alphas actually exist is in captivity. Okay, so when they discover this, they're like, oh, so that's how they kill each other. Which is weird, right? That they just assume that they have a way to kill each other.
Yeah.
And then when they come to the generals are like, how do they kill each other? It's like, why would you assume that they kill each other?
It's kind of the inverse of what happened with the locust in the last movie, where it mentions that they kill each other and yet they don't. And this time around, nothing mentions that they kill each other, and yet they are assumed to. And like that's the expectation, is that they,
and then they do.
Yeah.
And so this baby soft spot is their weak point. Now you may be wondering, isn't that baby soft spot like right where you would fire a gun if you were firing a gun from the ground while the giant scorpion approached you? And yes, it is. I don't really have anything else to add to that. It is.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the implication is that it's not enough to shoot it there. You have to like poison it with the venom. Oh, sorry, you have to venomize it. That's how you say it. I think you got to venomize it. They do call venom poison quite frequently in this movie.
Yeah.
But you gotta put that venom in there, the scorpion venom, or you gotta fill them with so much electricity that it kills them. So like a gun wouldn't do that, I guess. Even though it would obviously hit the baby soft spot right underneath their chin. But if a harpoon can penetrate it, shouldn't surely artillery fire, anti-tank guns, tank fire, like shells from a tank, shouldn't those penetrate it and like really fuck it up?
Yeah.
And oh wait, all those things are in the finale. What the fuck? But the only thing that can kill it is the harpoon. No, the Sherman tank can't do it. You gotta use a harpoon. You gotta use an electric harpoon. But that's not the thing I actually have a problem with, surprisingly enough.
Oh, yeah?
The thing I have a problem with is that they miss the first shot, they pull it back, and then the general just grabs the fucking thing and gets electrocuted. Why didn't they turn it off?
Yeah.
Why didn't they turn it off?
Like, as he was pulling it in, I am like,
Like, as soon as he starts
okay.
pulling it in, like, turn it off. I literally said, you better turn that off. Out loud. And so he dies. The general just dies. Or whatever he is. I don't know if he was a general or not, but he just dies. And fucking Hank has to tell them to turn it off and then reload it. Also, wait, I just found another problem. Why did Hank tell them to turn it on after they missed? Because they miss, and then Hank is like, turn it on, and then they do. Why? I will say this has a little bit more of an ending than most of the giant insect films we've watched, and most American sci-fi films we've watched. At the end, like, the scorpion's dead, and then the scientist guy is going like, we have to do a bunch of stuff now. We have to reverse engineer the venom in case more things happen. Meanwhile, like, Hank and the lady are like, actually, we're gonna go fuck. And then that's how it ends. So we actually have like a little bit of a wrap up there and a bow on the relationship storyline, I guess. But I have one question. Why are they reverse engineering the venom? Like, it's like to make an anti venom, right? But like, why? If you get stung with that stinger, you're dead, dude. That thing will pierce you straight through. You're dead. The venom doesn't matter. If the stinger doesn't kill you, the claws will, or the jaws, the teeth, the horrible teeth and tongue. What are we doing here? Why are we making an anti-venom for a creature that kills you without the venom? Like, I imagine if it's got the same venom sacs as like a regular scorpion, if that thing injects you with venom, you're going to be more venom than blood at that point. I mean, if it stabs you, like, the thing is just going straight through. It's not going to inject you with venom. It's going to just like pour out the other side. Am I crazy? Like, what's going on here? It's an odd choice. I will say one thing about the framing of the movie. As we talked about how it was kind of like, it worked, but it wasn't great. Is that sometimes it has trouble actually conveying that the stop motion monsters and the people they are chasing are in the same scene as it cuts back and forth between them. There was definitely some awkward moments where it was like, what's actually happening here? The Kuleshov effect could only help so much. Like, it's giving you a general idea, but man, you're just not connecting. There's not enough connective tissue here to join the two scenes together. That was a little unfortunate, but like, I didn't hate it. There's a lot I liked about it, which puts it above a lot of movies we've seen.
Yeah, it's not by any means the best or really that good quality, but like, it's passable.
Would you say this is better or worse? Or I guess not better, but like equivalent or worse than the beginning of the end? Better effects, certainly. Better effects, but like as a whole.
I would say worse, just in that, like, at least beginning of the end was like, I don't know the word I'm looking for here. At least beginning, yeah, it was more interesting. I felt more engaged watching the plot of that movie than I did with this one.
Yeah, I think that's just where it kind of lands, is like, as far as like all the good stuff about it, it just doesn't hold your attention as well. Anything else? Themes. We hadn't talked about themes yet. What is this about?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just like, it's about nothing.
I mean,
I think this is one of the most nothing films we've ever talked about.
We are kind of back in that ballpark of native, well, not native, but like,
Mexican.
local culture having superstitions and white people making fun of them for it, and it turns out there was something to these superstitions all along.
Hmm. Yeah, because there's a lot of talk at the beginning of the movie of like bull demons, local superstition again, um, and then we have the scorpions that end up being, which I don't know if they're trying to imply that the scorpions are what inspired the bull demons or what.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as clear cut as it is in Beast of Hollow Mountain, like where they're like there's legends about the Hollow Mountain where there's creatures there or something like that,
Yeah, this time around it feels more like they just mentioned that the locals are superstitious,
Yeah, at
and
the
then they
beginning where they're
happen
like
to.
the only recourse the locals have against the earthquake and volcano is that they can pray it away.
Yeah, because again, remember, earthquakes and volcanoes are evil.
That's true. They're evil spirits. They're demons, like the bull demon, which is also scorpions. Yeah, you don't really have any. Unlike Beast of Hollow Mountain, you don't really have the same kind of Americanos versus Mexicanos conflict. There's no conflict other than man versus scorpion,
Mm-hmm.
which is why Beast of Hollow Mountain's a much better film than this. That one for sure, much better.
Yeah.
It yeah, I mean it kind of does the collective protagonist thing again, where it's just like it's all of humanity versus scorpions, and that's it. There's no like interpersonal conflicts at all, other than the fact
Mm-hmm.
that Juanito keeps getting into things he shouldn't. Like that's the only other conflict of the thing. And the things that he gets into that he shouldn't is scorpions. And then he just disappears from the movie after that too.
Mm-hmm.
You never see him again after they save him. Never again. And we'll probably never see him again. I don't know if he's in another movie we'll see.
Hmm.
I don't know that he is. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, they did the panic of the people will be worse than the scorpions thing.
Mm-hmm.
We love when they're like, actually we can't panic people because it'll be worse than the monster. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the monster was pretty bad to me. I don't know about you. Also when the train first shows up, it's very loud. It's a jump scare. It's extremely loud and incredibly close.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing. This one I forgot about. Yeah, no, this is so annoying. So Hank is a strange character, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's Hank's deal, right? He's a geologist. But when they bring him when the scientist brings him in, he looks under the microscope and is like, "Oh yeah, those are cells that have been burst." How does he know anything about biology? He's a geologist.
Mm-hmm.
How does he know anything under a microscope? Like, what does he know about cells? But like, this guy, he's like he's supposed to be a geologist. He's supposed to be worried about like his volcano ship, and then he gets involved in this black scorpion stuff for some reason. But also, all he can think about is fucking this one woman.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to do his work at all. He just wants to fuck this woman he met. But even more so, he's just kind of the audience surrogate, I guess, because like he says very contradictory things depending on the situation. It's weird, right? Because like once immediately after they get out of the place with the scorpions, they lose all the poison gas they were going to use to kill the scorpions. And so they're like, okay, we got to blow it up now. And he's like, well, you can't blow it up. It's a big fucking cave. They're just going to find another way. And it's going to be hard to fill the whole thing. And then they're just like, yeah, but we're going to blow it up. And he's like, okay, sounds good. And then later, after the the government finds out that the scorpions are still around, they're like, oh, hey, the scorpions are still around. They live from the explosion and they're around. They found there's other ways out and they're all around. And he's like, well, that can't be. We blew them up. They're all gone now. And it's like, is he supposed, like, he's just not written like a real person. I feel like he's written as a person who is meant to argue with people to make the story move forward. I don't know. He doesn't feel like a real person with agency in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
He feels like a being through which the plot happens. I find him very strange. I think he's my least favorite part of the movie. Anything else?
No, I think that about covers my thoughts I have on the movie.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm looking over my notes and making sure. It is kind of funny that so many of these giant insect movies are just they have so many things from each other in them. But like the last 3 that we've watched, I think, were all in the same year. So they couldn't have been like drawing too much from each other. It's just they are all drawing from the same them, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. You can, of course, support us by sharing this podcast with people. Send them to thempodian on YouTube or whatever podcatcher you want, and then just tell them to go to the Kaiju is in the details. They'll find it there. Whatever podcast app they want to use, it's there. Sharing it around really helps, and making sure that every single person in your life is listening to this podcast at every single second of their day is our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Haru, where can people find you?
I'm Haru Hayes, Puppy Girl VTuber. You can find me on twitch.tv/Haru Hayes. I'm also on Blue Sky at haru.vspire.live. And yeah, that's pretty much the most places where you can find me. I stream occasionally.
And I am Thempire Iain. You can find me at Thempire Iain generally everywhere. My website, thempireian.neocities.org, is where you can find all my links, including to my main channel, Thempire Iain, my VOD channel, Tomb of Thempire Iain, my music channel, Yuri Riot, where I do music, and my this podcast channel, Thempod Iain. All that stuff you can find at thempireian.neocities.org. Haru, are you ready to say goodbye to the Black Scorpion?
Yeah.
Sayonara, Black Scorpion.
Sayonara, Black Scorpion.
Please don't stare at me with them big ol' eyes.